So I just finished Resident Evil 4, and all I can say is, by starting off, it was low-key kind of mid. Don't get me wrong, it was still pretty good, as in like terms of combat and all that stuff. But to be honest with you, the enemies were low-key kind of annoying. The enemies were very annoying. Um, Also, when it comes to the knives, especially with your own like combat knife, and not just that, like it, just with that alone, it breaks very easily if you do not have it full, like even like max out full durability. Even when you do, it still breaks fairly easily. And even though I really did like the combat and stuff, the enemies were very annoying. And like every time you try to kill them, right? And they start mutating, you have to knife them, or else they're gonna mutate, right? But how are you gonna do that when there's a bunch of enemies all over you? You know, so of course, there have been times like, of course, you're gonna have to knife it, and you won't take any damage while you're knifing that guy to death. But at the same time, it was just like a pain. It's like such a pain. And not with that, but just with the enemies alone, there was this one enemy in particular that you had to shoot the three hearts that they had. Three hearts. And the only way you could actually see it was through a scope. And because if you did not have a scope, you would have a hard time finding it out the first time, right? But just in general, I really believe that that enemy was just so annoying. I mean, the enemies in this game were not even fun; they were just annoying to beat. And especially with the boss fights, I think with the final boss, right? I literally forgot his name because that's how much I literally gave a fuck about this. Um, he was so annoying to beat. I mean, it took all my ammo, and I'm so glad Ada gave us the rocket launcher because, jeez, bro, I literally ran out of ammo, and my heals were literally at. I only had like one more, and it was a freaking green herb, and I was just like, God, this is just so annoying. And then when it came to the flying bugs, like, dude, it was just so stupid. I mean, honestly, I would just straight up say the merchant was cool and all, but dude, you have to be a terrible merchant if you can't sell ammo, excuse me. And it's just so stupid because I would like to buy ammo from this guy. I literally had so many coins. I just did not. I mean, I upgraded my weapons, but I wanted to buy ammo so that I at least had ammo to shoot with when I got the gun. Well, I'm like, you have to find that, and I'm just like, or you have to craft it. I'm like, bro, you like magnum ammo? Like, even though they require you 12, like, was it 12 gun? Was it gunpowder? It was like, yeah, he said 12 gunpowder, and not just that, you need the large parts and large resources, right? And I was just like, you need that to make it, but you only get 3 bullets. 3 bullets. Only 3 bullets from 12 gunpowder. You might as well just spin out something else. Like, you might as well just get 7 rifle ammo, because that at least would help you a lot more than 3 shots only. So I think that was a little bit big of a flaw. And not just that, when it came down to this part, there's a lot of enemies. Honestly, I didn't really have a problem with this one. I mean, I kind of did die 2 times, but honestly, I didn't really care. It was a cool little combat session. But I would say when it came down to the part where we were fighting against like a bunch of enemies, and it was a catapult. I think they were catapulting like fireballs and stuff. That was super annoying. It took me like almost 5 tries until like I'm like, oh wait, I had to see on my left after I put the cannon up. And that part, bro, I literally was getting so mad. I was like, this is just so annoying. Who programmed this, honestly? But overall, I'm just gonna straight up say out the bat, I'm giving this game straight up a 6 out of 10, because even though it did have a lot of flaws, and of course this is a remaster, by the way. This is a remake, so this ain't no old. This is no old graphics, none of that. This has been reworked. All the lines, everything has been reworked. It's not like the original. So honestly, without being said, this is honestly a mid game. I would say playing. I mean, I already got Resident Evil Requiem, Platinum and stuff, and knowing that they came a long way. Capcom made it came a long way to say that Resident Evil 9 was literally a top tier game, and it should win Game of the Year. Another thing is going back to the subject of this game, like literally repeating what I literally said earlier in the video about the knives. Oh yeah, the knife broke fairly easily, and I'm just like, when you seeing a bunch of enemies with melee weapons, you should have a good, a really good and better knife, but it breaks pretty easily because you have a bunch of enemies, like, you know, pretty much just right now. Like, I parried it and stuff, but even with the you know, upgrading it full durability and everything, right? I recommend you carry a bunch of knives on you, because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time trying to fight all these enemies with melee weapons, and that's basically what this game is just a bunch of pairing and stuff. But overall, like I said, 6 out of 10 game is mid, but still pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a terrible game, you know, but it was pretty good. Game's mechanics were really well, but of course still had some flaws. But I just gotta say, thank y'all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the review, please like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next. Hope you all have a great day.